Teen angst, teen drama, I love it all. I'd be wrong to not address Twilight as one of the main reasons why I am so dramatic. I was literally the girl in like elementary school who was going around asking people what team they were on and judging them accordingly. Now I look back and I'm like, picking either team was honestly super wild because you really only had two choices. It's like, hey, do you like the old man or do you like the wolf boy who can't take a hint any more than he can take my 8-year-old heart? When I was in elementary school, my friend had a Jacob book bag and I was losing my mind. Twilight was my obsession as a kid. I was in line for eclipse like it was a baptism. If you're a Twilight fan, release yourself from the shame as I will be doing in this video. It is spooky season and it is our time. Twilight was one of those things that was so big, even if you hated Twilight, even if you were not a Twilight fan, you knew something about this movie. Twilight is based off of the book by Stephanie Meyer. Making this video is a little bit difficult because I'm also aware that Stephanie Meyer was saying some very racist, anti-black things, in my opinion. She said this thing about how basically vampire venom will bleach all pigment from skin as it changes the human skin into the more indestructible vampire form. This is one of those really unfortunate parts when watching movies that are written and produced and directed by white people. I don't want to make this like a long thing. I just want to say that like this kind of stuff really hurts. People have got to be more compassionate. People have got to think a little bit more before they say things. I want to be very careful with how I say this. It really hurts when you enjoy a movie and you're looking at the movie as, you know, just a movie, and then the person who makes it comes out and says something like they can never see you being a part of that world. How can you imagine vampires with glistening skin, but it is somehow unfathomable for you to imagine someone of color in those same roles and positions? How does that work? I try to look at this like, okay, everybody's coming from a different background. Not everybody has the same upbringing, but I have to say something about it. I can't just not say something about it. It is offensive. It's offensive to hear her saying things like this. This was a movie that was so precious to me when I was a child because I loved vampires and werewolves and things like that. And you're telling me that the person who made the movie that I love is only capable of seeing this movie with white characters at the forefront, and the only time that a person of color or a black person can be in a role as a vampire is if they're the villain? Are you serious? And you expect me to make this video and not talk about that, not address it at all? That's some real hurtful. It just is. I'm not going to talk about this the whole video, but I can't not address it. People need to be more aware that the things that they say online hurt. So in the beginning of the movie, we meet Bella. She's moving in with her dad in Forks, Washington. And while she attends her new school, she meets Edward. I remember as a kid literally being like, man, I wish a guy would stare at me from a distance all creepy like. That means he loves me. Like, girl. Because now when I'm in public and men do that, it does nothing but creep me out. Nothing in me. See, this is what I don't understand about Bella. When men stare at me creepily from a distance, nothing in me says that it is an invitation for love and romance. Nothing. There are so many things about this rewatching it as an adult that just make me cock my head to the side. I swear, rewatching this as an adult, I'm also realizing that Bella is such a jerk. Bella, literally this whole movie has been curving this one boy. I don't even know why he's in this movie except to be curved. Also, rewatching it now as an adult and not trying to live through it, it is so much funnier. Can y'all imagine if one night Edward crawled through her window and was laying up with her in bed and all of a sudden he had to pee? Wait a minute, do vampires pee? I never thought about that before. Do they pee? Because that's like a human function. So like, do they do that? Also, was I the only person who did not know that Jacob was wearing a wig all this time? I mean, like I found it out, I think maybe 2 years after getting into like the whole Twilight thing. So like, during New Moon, I finally found out that like, oh, it was a wig the whole time. I did not know that. Was I super jealous that Bella was able to drive a truck to school? What? What are you talking about? Edward got Bella looking around like, am I musty?
Hey, we are going to be observing the behavior.
The way that Edward is holding his mouth. This movie is a comedy. I don't care what nobody says. It is a freaking comedy. The way that he slowly passes her. He slowly. passes her that whatever that thing is. I don't even know what it is, to be honest with you, but the way that he just passed that to her all slow, like, girl, you stinky. And she's not even, and the thing is, like, I know that she's not even stank, but it's just like the fact that he's passing it to her so slow, like he is so dramatic. He is the drama king of drama kings. Why is he just sitting there staring? Why is he just sitting there staring at her like that? And as a kid, I swear I did not realize that the staring was weird at all. Like, I didn't see anything weird about it. In fact, I wanted people to do that to me. I was like, no, if a boy really loves me, he's going to stare at me from the background. He's never going to talk to me, though, but he's going to love me from a distance. And that's how I'll know he really cares. Are you delusional? You know who deserved better? You know who deserved better? It was Charlie. Charlie deserved better because here he was being a good dad, eating his berry cobbler every Thursday in honor of his daughter. And she was out here running through the ding dang trees, letting them bite her neck and everything in between. So now I'm at the part where Edward is avoiding Bella because he can literally smell, I think it's like the human scent or something he could smell on her. I can't remember. It's been so long. And meanwhile, in the background, there's been all these really suspicious attacks happening to people. And Bella's dad is a cop. He cannot figure out what's going on. I'm not gonna lie. That guy that's been trying to go out with Bella the whole freaking movie, I did feel bad for him. I was like, man, like she's curving him. Like, she should give him a chance. But the way he just walked into the classroom, dumping all that water on her, like, don't piss me off. Don't piss me off. First of all, we start school at like 7 a.m.
It's 7 in the morning. It's 7 in the morning.
It's 7 a.m. I already don't want to be here. Don't do anything to make it work. No, bump you. Never mind. I felt bad for him. I don't feel bad anymore. And then, was he trying to impersonate an accent? Yeah. And it's always the guys that can't call you your name that are the most annoying. I'm looking at you, Tristan. So anyway, Eric is... Why did I call this boy Eric? Somebody help me. Edward is back in school and now he want to play Mr. Nice Nice. He is up and down, round and round. He about worse than Big.
And the first partners that get it right are gonna...
Why won't he look away? Why won't he look away? Like, she's literally If anybody did not know about this, apparently there's like a whole reason why their eyes turn different colors. Like, when they're black, it means that they're like super bloodthirsty, and when they're red, it means something else. I kind of forgot. I'm not gonna lie. It has been so long. I'm just now realizing just how long it's been since I've been in the Twilight universe.
It's the fluorescence.
It's the fluorescence. It's the fluorescence. It's not the freaking fluorescence. Tell her what you are. Tell her.
I was standing right next to you, Bella.
Wait, but it's almost like, and stay with me, but it's almost like, if I didn't know any better, it's almost like he doesn't give a about Bella. He's not explaining anything to her at all. And then he tries to gaslight her. Not you trying to gaslight at your big age. At your big age, Edward, you're gonna gaslight Bella into thinking that she's crazy and she did not see you literally put your arm on a whole car. Ain't no force in the world that's gonna stop a car that size from slamming its way into both of y'all. So something is obviously up. Something is amiss, Edward.
Right. No. Zero weirdness.
Literally, Bella don't give a damn. Bella don't give a ding dang. She is not listening to that girl at all.
We shouldn't be friends.
My boy Edward is going through the motions. I'm talking, he's going through the motions. 1 minute he's not into her, then he's back. He's asking about Phil. How's the kids? He's trying to get comfortable. Then the next minute, the very next minute, talking about something, we shouldn't be friends. You know what? At that point, I would have been like, you know what? You right. You right. You got it.
You don't know anything.
You don't know anything. No shit. You won't tell me anything. What do you mean? Bella goes to La Push and Edward is on that weird stuff again. Jacob ends up telling her about how the Cullens are like not allowed on their land and all this other stuff. One of the funniest things for me is when they did the parody movie of Twilight called Vampire Sucks, and then the dude who's getting attacked in the scene that they remake of this, he's like, it's the Black Eyed Peas.
Yes.
You're the Black Eyed Peas!
I don't know why, but I always think of that now every time I see the first Twilight movie. In the next scene, some guys are following Bella home. Edward shows up like his car is a stallion and rushes her off, and he's like talking about how mad he is about like how they were thinking all these things, and she's like, why do you know what they're thinking? And he's like,
Bishop, put your seatbelt on.
he takes Bella out for dinner and explains to her that he has mind-reading powers and he can read the minds of everyone in the room. Bella starts Googling all these things about vampires and suddenly comes to the conclusion that, yeah, that's what he is. Why is this man hopping from tree to tree talking to her? Why?
I'm only afraid of losing you. I feel like you're gonna disappear.
I'm only afraid of losing you. I feel like you're gonna disappear. You have known this man for like, what, maybe 2 weeks? And I doubt that it's that much time. Edward comes and picks up Bella for school.
Wouldn't be like drinking your blood, for instance.
It wouldn't be like drinking your blood, for instance. Uncomfortable. That is what I am. I am uncomfortable.
So you're worried, not because you'll be in a house full of vampires, but because you think they want to prove you.
That is such a tourist thing to say. But Edward is inviting Bella over to his house to meet his family. Out of everybody in this movie, literally Alice is my favorite character. She's the only one that's weird and probably is super aware that she's weird, but literally does not care. Okay, but like, we gotta talk about it. What is his obsession with like her being scared of him? Why would you want your girlfriend to be scared of you, Edward? Think about that. Actually, don't even think about that. Answer quickly. Like, come on now. Man, they high up. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. No. Take me home. Take me home, take me home, take me home, take me home, take me home.
Yo, what's happening?
Yeah, Arizona. Oh my God, this guy again. These type of dudes exist. And they are literally some of the most annoying men to waltz on the planet. Because you see that she has a boyfriend, and here you are. Here you are. You're still calling her little pet names. It's not even really a pet name. Okay, let's be very clear. It's not even really a pet name. It's just like, just move. Let me get to chemistry. Let me get to biology. I don't know, whatever they're studying. And then he says, I don't like it. Like, what is she supposed to do with that? What am I supposed to do with you not liking my boyfriend? Charlie asks Bella if she's interested in any guys around town. And here Edward is. They almost do it, but then Edward stops and he's like, no, I'm too strong. This gherkin would destroy you, girl. Okay. Anyway, so then Bella tells Charlie about Edward. He comes over to take her to a baseball game. Alice stops the baseball game because she realizes that Victoria, Laurent, and James are all headed for them. Which, if you don't already know, these are the guys that are like secretly doing all the attacks. They discover that Bella is one of the humans amongst them when the wind blows. Edward and Bella devise a plan to basically get into a fake fight in hopes that James and whoever else will hear and follow them there instead of stopping at the house. Bella's packing her things, and I just felt so bad for Charlie in this scene because it's like I get it, but like he doesn't even know what's going on, and it's like, if this was a real situation, which how would it be? But if it was a real situation, like just imagine like your kid all of a sudden just like, I'm packing up all my stuff, I'm out of here, I'm out the door, and you don't even know what's going on.
I know I'm not that much fun to be around, but I can change that. Come on, I just got your back.
Oh, that got me. I'm not gonna lie, I am choking up a little bit. Like, that poor man. Bella goes with Alice because Alice is going to protect her because she has the visions and whatnot, and Jasper's there, I guess, to be the muscle. But then James calls and says that he's holding her mother hostage, and so she sets out to go meet him by herself, which is such a great plan. I just don't understand how I didn't think of it myself. She then discovers that her mom was never there, and James played on her ignorance and won. Did y'all see how she just slid across the floor like in one of those penguin videos? Then Edward flies in like a bat. Bella's having an exorcism, and Edward sucks the venom out of her arm. And then Robert Pattinson gives us those Beyonce vocals that we've been dying for all along. I will wrap you in my arms. Thank you guys so much. A standing ovation. Okay, let me stop. So James is gone. James has been cut. Unfortunately, he has been let go. And her mom is in the hospital, and she's so concerned. And the only thing is, they cannot find Victoria. She has left the building. Edward ends up taking Bella to this dance.
He wants you to break up with your boyfriend.
Break up with your boyfriend. Yeah, 'cause I'm bored. And I am a werewolf. and I don't know it yet. I know you want me, Bella, I know. And the love triangle begins. Look at how his hair just flows in the wind. I mean, can you not see why 8-year-old me was attracted? Like, look how it just flows and flaps. Okay, I'm done. And then we get the other best song. Oh my God, I love this song so much. But what they don't know is that Victoria is watching them from the distance. Then we roll the credits. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is my first movie. I thought it was well overdue that I actually do a movie. I've done a lot of TV shows, and I don't want people getting too carried away and thinking that I don't also love movies. I want to review more in the future. Twilight was one of my favorite movies as a kid. I wasn't necessarily emo as a kid. I was more so just really into emo things. Like, I listened to Evanescence and lots of Paramore, Bring Me the Horizon, things like that. So yeah, that was my whole realm of like what I was really into when I was like 13, 14. And even now, I still love a lot of that emo, like grunge type stuff. Also an update on the season 1 Gilmore Girls video. I am halfway through with my editing and my recording. I still have more to go because season 1 has like 22 episodes. I've never done a video where I was covering 22 episodes, so this is taking me a little bit longer. Okay, I'm out of here. Bye.